It's the Social Drinkers Podcast.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
What's going on, y'all? It's Sean P. We're back with another episode of the Social Drinkers Podcast, and today we have
Lil Ron in the building.
Shalainna, Social Boss Empire. What's up?
So on the last episode, we started a conversation, and it had a lot to do with content creating, the whole space with social media, and people trying to make their way, trying to make a name for themselves, either to make money, to get a little clout, or whatever it is, whatever their motivation is. There's a lot of people out here doing podcasts, little think pieces for themselves, and jumping on panels and stuff like that to voice their opinion, and so forth and so on. So we talked a little bit. If you checked out the last episode, and I hope you did. We talked a little bit about what goes into that, the hard work that goes into it. So on this one, we're going to start it off with, and I'm using my notes. What have y'all learned from starting up and some of the mistakes that you've made?
Ooh, I'll let you take it first.
Okay. What I learned, starting up, what I actually learned. In the beginning, a lot of things that I was told that you had to have to do a lot of podcasting wasn't true. And I fished out like tens of thousands of dollars on something I could have spent $1,500 for, with 2 mics, an iPhone, a nice little stand, and some light, and I would have actually been good. A lot of people think that you got to go buy all of these fancy things, and you really don't need that at all, period. If you just, I'll tell anybody that do any type of podcasting, if you know somebody that do podcasting, I will go to them first. See how they setup is. Everybody's setup is actually different.
Right.
Everybody don't use the same setup. Me, I'm a Rogue fan. I'm not sponsored by Rogue. Rogue needs to sponsor me.
Cut
but
the check.
Cut the check.
Cut the check.
Yeah, Road, because everything in here, I've set this up the way I set it up because Lil Ron said.
Period.
That's right.
Cut the check, Road.
Yeah, I mean, they once you get something, and people think, looking at the setup, like saying, man, it costs thousands of dollars, man, to go get this and get that. They don't know if you do your research, like Chon did. He did research. I actually, when we talked in the beginning, I saved him from spending unnecessary money on some mics, and I said, man, I promise you, these little mics, they don't cost that much, but I promise you, they're gonna get the job done. And he can let you know I didn't lie to him.
Yeah,
it was worth the money.
Absolutely. What's the most frivolous thing that you spent money on? A good chunk of money. Don't be shy about it.
In the podcasting world, or something personal.
Oh no, well, just in the podcasting world, content creating, something that you felt like you needed to have to get the job done that was completely unnecessary.
I bought an aperture light. Let me just say this. I bought an aperture light that somebody told me I had to have, and I spent about $5,000.
What is an aperture light?
It's this light that you have, that one light will light this whole room up. It can emulate paparazzis. It can emulate the fireplace. It can emulate like the blanket. It does police sirens. It do anything that you want it to do. In film production, yes, it will. But for what I actually had to do, it wasn't. So I actually wasted $5,000 on that light, and I don't actually even use it at all, period. It's still in the little briefcase.
Wow.
Yeah, so, but hey, if you don't know, you don't know. When you come into something and you don't know it, you just don't know. You just do what you can. So that's the only thing that I regret. Other than that, everything else, I'm glad I bought it.
Shay?
In my line of work, probably right after I first started, I got mentor and coach happy. In trying to get guidance on what I was doing.
Gotcha.
So I did that without doing my research.
So you were paying people to give you guidance?
Yeah, but I didn't come into it with sole guidance for marketing and social media. I felt like I had that. I felt like I needed guidance in how to teach other people how to do that. Okay. So I would pay to see, because I'm great at what I do, but teaching, so I want to see your process. I want to see what it takes to get a client and retain them. Okay. But that comes with research, because everybody doesn't do what they say they're going to do or do. So I paid, I think one time, it was like $9,000 something for a coach. Now, mind you, the coach was really renowned and everything, and they did what they said they were going to do, but not for me. Like, none of it pertained to what I needed. None of it resonated with me. And I felt like I was just a number in a program.
$9,000?
Yeah, it was crazy. I would
Man,
say
you can pay me too, and I get you right. I'm not lying.
Facts. But okay, so I feel like in marketing also, and I know this is probably in other things too, when you pay for a coach like that, I'm not only paying for the teaching process and the actual material, the connection is also another thing you're paying for in this sector. And I understand it more now, because it's like paying for it in the forefront usually pays for it in the long run, because this particular coach, and that's why I won't say the name, because I didn't benefit then, but now where I am, like, their team is kind of contacting me. So I know I'm going to be able to leverage that, hey, I was in this program. And although it didn't work for me then, like, I can kind of use that now.
You text her. She need a refund. We need that money back. We need that money back. We need that money back.
I'm dead. I won't say it didn't help me at all, but I didn't do my research, and it wasn't worth $9,000 something.
Well, some of the best advice that you can actually get comes from people, especially family and friends, people that really love you. You get some good advice.
That's true.
A person that's really good, the real Tony Hickman. Man, she gives so many motivational. I'm talking about a lady that had suffered brain aneurysms,
right?
And this lady been through like a lot, but if you watch her and you see her, she is an amazing woman, man. Right. I'm talking about this is my sister to the. You need to get her to come here, man. I am telling you, she is really good. Author of books. Period. Man, she does it all for somebody that's
because she's a detective on your series.
See that? I could tell you watch the show. Yes, man. She's the lead detective that's on the matter of fact, no. Let me not say that. She's not a detective. She's Lieutenant Hickman. Okay, my bad. She always get me on that. I say detective. She said, no, I'm not a detective.
My bad for like that.
But she's really good, man. She's like really, really good. Lieutenant Hickman, she plays on that show, man. She's really good. But she said something that I loved that I actually used on one of my shows. People are made to be used, but we're not made to misuse people. Right. See, we all are made to you can. It's not wrong with you using him, and you can use me. But when people mess up, they misuse people. And
this was on the podcast.
Yes, on the podcast.
That's like, well, God damn it! Is it deja vu, or did I hear him say this before?
No, Tony, man. That's why I said only you pay attention. I say shout out to Tony Hickman. Yeah, she's the person that actually said that. You
shouted her out at least 4 times.
Man, I have to.
So your
man.
level of respect.
Yeah, man, I respect her to the. She actually took my actual show, Outsiders, to a whole nother level. The panel that I have now, me and her got together and brainstormed. She's the reason why that show is here right now. Is why it's actually working.
So let me kind of segue into this.
Okay.
So you have to surround yourself around the right people. Now, when I say the right people, that's not a judge of somebody's character at all. That's not what I'm referring to. You have somebody that's on the same page with you. This particular thing that we're doing, this is something I want to do. I know you want to do it, and I want to build with that. A, how hard is that to find? B, how many people approximately have you gone through realizing that, okay, let's build this thing together, let's do this, and then it falls apart. And you have to scramble to put the pieces
well,
back
you know,
together. And then you'd be thinking about yours too, because
It's already brewing.
Okay, cool.
respect is earned, it's not given. Number one, I had to say that.
Okay.
In the course of doing the Outsiders, I went through a lot of people. Tony always talked to me we have a brother-sister bond. She can feel people's energy.
Oh,
She's real good on that, man.
Me too.
She can feel their energy, and she'll tell me,
"Yep,
you need to be careful with this person." Now, she's not gonna tell me not to talk to him.
Yeah,
it's my judge. I just give you enough string to hang yourself.
Right.
So once I depart from you, then that's it. I had people try to sabotage a few things. I actually had one person, I won't say no name, it cost me $9,000. They tried to sabotage. But I ended up taking care of it, took that lick on the chin. But all it did is make me stay on my game a little bit harder now. So now I do things a little bit different. But hey, man, it's like that. You have to have trial and error. Yeah. If you don't have if you can't get failure in what you're doing, then you're not doing something right. You're gonna have to fail.
Facts. That's Sorry, you said that. That was a real word. It resonated with me too. I was like, yep. But yeah, no, same. So I have an agency style model of business, meaning that it's a lot of delegation and it's a lot of people under me. Some of these people that I don't even see because it takes that much to run that many accounts. But I do have an immediate family of people, and I hate the word employees, but people that I work with, they don't work for me. We work together. And so I have to be sure to vet that out accordingly, and vetting that out accordingly has been so draining because I've gone through quite a few people. I've gone through people who initially I thought would be super great and started out great, and then it just flopped, or people who put on a great facade and then I thought it was going to be amazing and it wasn't anything, or even people who actually were really good, but some people can't work with you and elevate with you without it turning into a competition either.
Yes.
So that turns into a risk.
So it's like they're trying to be on the same level as you or to top you.
It
instead
turns
of just
into
working.
a secret competition battle within their head. And then you have somebody on your team that's supposed to be coming together. We work together and make it big and build that. And then I help you build yours too, because I'm not selfish, right? And I don't own anybody. But at the same time, you can't compete with me and get mad because we popping. We've been doing this how long together? So now it turns into an issue. That's happened to me a couple of times. Like some people just can't take, I don't know. They can't take it.
And he mentioned it earlier. He's done so much for me. And I'm not hyping him up because he's here.
No, that's
but
a blessing.
literally.
Yeah.
Even down to the software.
For him to I'm going to be real. I told you that when you came in. I was like, it's in your aura, right? And it just is. It's a calm in nature. It's an aura of giving. Like, you could tell you're not to be played with. But at the same time, you'll give and you'll help people, right? It's just in you.
So here's the crazy part. I told you about the equipment.
Right.
I'm using Final Cut Pro to edit my videos.
Yeah. Oh, this Da Vinci. That's going to be a nickname in my phone. He's been talking about you. In a good way. Yeah.
I always believe in, actually, the way I always see it is, if I'm right here and I see Chon right here, I'm going to grab his hand and pick him up and put him over me. I don't want him to be on the same level. I want him to go above me. So he can grab somebody else and pull them and bring them up.
Yeah.
When I got the call,
people don't think like that.
Yeah, when I got the call and he told me, he could I said, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Tell me when you're ready. And he said, when you be ready. I said, do it tonight. It don't matter.
Yeah.
He said, this wasn't, when I woke up this morning, this didn't exist. But I asked, and the thing is, and I'll tell him, because the thing is, he refused. It's frustrating because you try to figure out how to repay somebody for something they've done for you. And for somebody not to want shit.
Yeah, I think your success is the repayment.
Well, but I want to do something else. Like, he kind of used it as a metaphor, but he just mentioned it a while ago. I told him, man, let me come hold the light.
Or something.
Let me do something.
But it's not about that.
But I get it. So it's like you're trying to make yourself feel good about. So anyway.
I got something good for you. You just don't know. I got some. I have an actual, like The Outsiders. You watch The Outsiders. So since I know that you like Marvel, you know about the TV show called What If?
Yes.
Okay. So I have an actual show that's called Unorthodox. The first episode is during Black Friday. I'm going to drop it on Black Friday. This is what you're going to like about this. What would it be like if Lieutenant Hickman wasn't Lieutenant Hickman? If she was the outsider? What would it be like if Lil Ron was the detective? I'm going to tell stories in the animation of different characters. So when I bring you in, I'm going to bring you in as a police captain on the show. So they get a chance to see, like, hold on. I didn't see him on The Outsiders, but it tells the story of each character. I'm going to switch everybody roles, but I'm going to do it like the Enter the Spider-Verse. Gotcha. That's what I'm going to do to it. That's going to be a real good show.
That's dope.
That's
look at you heard it here first on this show. You heard it here first.
It's just crazy that you're thinking on that level. So it's like, okay, well,
right.
You hear how he thinks, and you kind of buy into you're not buying into, because that almost sounds negative, but you're like, okay, this dude knows what he's talking about, and he backs it up. So it's, how are y'all able to get the right people around you in order to facilitate? Because like the point I was trying to make with what I was just saying about him, I have no interest in being on Lil Ron's level.
Right.
At this point, I just want to know what Lil Ron knows.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if I have to work for it to get it, then I'll do that.
Really?
Because like I told you before, I don't bother him. I don't bother him too much because he's always willing to jump into action. Well, he learned it a certain way. So I'm sure some people helped him.
Right.
Gave him information, but also he didn't sit on his ass.
No.
And not figure out anything. So a lot of stuff I just figure out for myself. Right. Now, DaVinci Resolve is kicking my ass.
Is it?
No, not now.
Oh, not now.
Because of him, I switched over. I was Final Cut Pro. He said DaVinci Resolve. I'm like,
I'm gonna have to
fuck.
I'm a Final Cut.
Not only do I got to move into a new studio, I got to learn DaVinci Resolve too. And he said, well, I got a guy, Kato. Shout out to Kato.
Shout out to Big Kato.
If you get stuck or whatever, he'll help you. And I'm like, well, I don't want to bother him. So I'm in there trying to
figure it out.
I called Kato. Kato came over. And so if there's somebody around me that's doing something that I'm trying to aspire to be, then there's nothing that he can ask or she can ask of me that I won't do.
That you won't do.
Heck no. Right. But that doesn't seem to be the prevailing theme. And so you've run into situations where...
OMG, yeah. The question was getting people around us, right? Like that's really hard. And I'll be honest, and this is not to be like braggy or anything like at all, right? Being a strong young woman that also, I look good. I think I look good. It's hard though, because people, when they see me, it's like vanity. They only want to be in the mix for vanity at first. And then they don't understand that what I do is a business. So it's oftentimes I'm getting people around me that, they want to be a part of the photo shoots, but they don't know we've been here for 12 hours. Right. They don't know we've been going through scripts. They don't know what it took to get the scripts.
That y'all hungry.
Right. That we hungry as hell. That these lights are hot as hell and I was just sweating. Like that everybody in here has to get paid. And if you don't do your job, listen, we're missing out on time and money.
Yep. You're right.
So it's like people don't get that part. And so that's another... It's hard to find good people, and it's still hard. And every stage I go up or scale, it gets harder, because I will say this. I still have my rocks that are with me, but I need more rocks the further I go. So finding the new rocks are hard because it's more money involved, right? And it sucks that money is a part of it like that, but it is, right? People have this way of... It always goes for me. I can only speak for myself one of two ways now when acquiring new help or finding new people. Oh, she's making money. She got it all figured out. I want to do very little and get paid a lot because I know she got it. Right. I know this is going like this.
I know exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
People
or Or, no, I want to be a part so bad, I'll do it for free. Wait, you'll give me the opportunity, and I'm going to fuck it up because I want to be lazy. I don't understand this as a business. I don't want to do the hard parts, but I want to be in the magazine, though. I want to be online, though. I want people to know that I was a part of this. And when they ask me, yeah, I'm on the team for that. So it's like, it's draining. I don't want you to ever think like, this is something that I've conquered, and that's why I'm speaking about it like that. I have not combated that yet, and it's still hard. And now I'm at a stage of scale to where right now I probably need 3 solid more people to my team. And when I say solid, I'm not talking about like VAs that I hire online and don't see and delegate to. I'm talking about another executive assistant that can be right here. So that's a lot.
So what you want is you need go back to my episode. You need to check it out. It's that on the foundation we talked about that.
Yeah.
You tired of getting the Amazon quick fix?
Oh,
I hate to say it.
I am tired.
Was that episode 1 or 2?
That was episode 1. That was the foundation. And you know, in the field that I'm in, I actually met a lot of people along the way. It actually worked out for me real good. I got a chance to meet a young lady named Cece. They call her Cece with the sauce.
Oh, I know Cece with the sauce.
Yeah, she plays on my show.
I met her on Instagram.
She's on my show. She plays an actual attorney Sanders on the show.
Slim, Homestead Slim.
Homestead Slim.
That's my boy.
He's on the show.
Slim.
Well,
Man,
goddamn.
Street 100, right around the corner.
That's I be on Street 100 all the time.
Man,
you know Ike from the other side.
Man,
Praise 100. Okay.
Wait, Slim is on my show. He started off. He played the radio guy on my show. Matter of fact, the FBI agent shut his show down. On and you had the new episode coming up. He's got some good stuff on there. Yeah, yes, Slim. Denise from the Not So Christian and Me. Man, Denise, Homestead Slim, Sierra, Rockwell, those 4 people in that little media pool right there. And you need to have them 4 people. They play a connection, man. I'm not lying. And we all are right around the corner from each other. You right here,
but you know
Slim
what I
right
love
there.
about them? They will help. Like, they don't mind pulling together. Slim has, man, really shout out to Slim. Slim has helped me so much because I dove into media by myself and it took off, like, from that side of, like, radio, TV, all that. And he literally just helped me, like, so much. But that's what it takes, you know?
Yeah.
So,
we all look out for each other, man.
Yeah.
And we all look out for each man. When you get a chance to actually, and I'm going to make sure I introduce, I'm going to tell Denise, we need, the reason why some of the other races podcasters are big.
Listen.
They piggyback. Think about it. You got Mr. Beast.
Yep.
Somebody else that mess with Mr. Beast. They flip-flop.
Flipping.
We don't do that because I'm mad at Chon because he got his studio like this and his stuff lit up. And it look better than mine.
I ain't better than me. Why is it a competition with us like that? I don't like it.
And see, something like that, we should be able to say, hey, look, you did my podcast with me. Hey, we gonna go do her podcast. All right, cool. We finished that. Lil Ron, we finna come do your podcast.
Yes.
The more we stay in there, we stay in the algorithm. See, when we stay in there,
facts.
That's how that money comes.
I'll throw this in there. So
that part.
I had that hat. I'm gonna say had. It's not like it's changed, but we talked about this before.
We did.
It's and I feel like she younger than me, so I don't know how to take this. But she kind of got on my ass just a little bit.
And did.
I gotta get my business mind right because I'm in creative mode.
Yeah.
And so my thing is, I don't just do this. I'm a photographer. I'm gonna show up to your event and shoot it for free. You didn't ask me to be there, or you asked me to be there, but you didn't ask me to come
and shoot it for free.
Shoot it for free. I see what you're doing. I'm gonna bring my camera. And I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to edit them for you. And I'm going to give them to you. Do with it as you will.
Well, see, we have to learn.
Smart.
Let me use Kato for an example.
Shout out to Kato.
Shout out to Kato again. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I personally do know how to edit.
Me too. Really well.
I can't. Tony tells me all the time, I cannot do everything by myself. So if Kato edit, that takes all that time away from me. All he do is straight edit and film. So that's 2 things I do not have to touch. I can do the act, and then I do the business like I need to actually get it done. Anything outside of that, hey, Tony, can you help me with this? And she'll tell me, hey, look, let's go ahead and do this. She came to
Tony,
me.
what else does she do?
She's a book author.
Okay.
She's a mom. She's a rapper.
Period.
She's an actor. I pushed her into acting. She didn't want to do it. I was like, no, this is going to be good. And you said something about a script that I wanted to say. When you get a chance to watch the show, nothing is scripted.
Good.
Straight improv from the beginning to the end. And everybody, they love it. They love it. And I invite anybody to come to the show because I wanted to actually, I want to make Houston like Atlanta has with Tyler Perry Studios.
Right.
We have enough people within our podcast circle that we can piggyback, and in that algorithm, man, I'm telling you, if we all stay in that with them hashtags and them captions, because
why you don't do I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
ahead.
Why don't you have like a podcon here?
That's what we need to do. We need to set up a podcon.
Let me market it. Let me curate it. I'll do it.
And what we need to do, we need to get Denise, get Cece, get her, you,
the whole media
and me,
pool.
and we can take that little circle and do a podcon, and you will be surprised. And in fact, you can hail it if you want to hold it at your studio.
That's fast.
You can, and this is going to be even better because you get. And I'm gonna show you a good tactic.
Big enough?
Yeah, this is gonna be big enough. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna give you a good tip. You said you wanted a tip, so I'm gonna give you a good tip.
All right.
In order to get into the podcon, you have to be subscribed to your channel.
Facts.
Your subscribe gets you in for free.
For free.
Now you not only get a subscriber, boom, there it is. So if you got 500 people come, guess what? 500 subscribers you got.
Yep.
You can't go wrong.
And after that, I feel like, sorry, I'm always thinking like further. I feel like after y'all do that, you should do a podcon like live, like a conference style one, and do that same thing, but like platform it in a conference style and teach other people how to do the podcast, and then also have them do their podcons intertwined like breakouts. But we'll talk about it. Sorry, I just got a whole idea.
No, I like that. She brought up the idea, man. I'm down with that.
I have no issue with it.
Yeah.
So it's and that's another thing. So we're talking about this whole thing. There are things that exist. You asked me to do a job, and when you told me what it was, I was like, "What's that?"
Yeah. No. Okay. No. Look
And so
at what
she was
I
like,
asked
and
him,
so,
though.
"Hold on, wait. It's all good."
It was so.
So
simple.
she told me, she was like, "Nah, you're not gonna." This
It was simple. I thought that you would know. Maybe it's
But
the way I worded it.
It's the way you worded it, but still, she wasn't wrong. I can't do it, right? So what is a recap?
It was simple. I said, "Hey, do you do a recap? Like, how can you do?" He was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "I just need a recap. I need this, highlighted this." He was like,
"What the fuck is that?"
"What is that?" And I was like,
Something like
"You do that. Like, he does it though."
Yeah, but
you
I
just
had
didn't
no
know what I was saying.
The lingo, the nomenclature of it all, and so it's like coming into it, and it kind of leads into something else. I'm a newbie. What I've been doing over the last 2 years is making videos.
I often laugh when you said a newbie.
Yeah, me too.
I know. I often say this when you say I'm a newbie. I often say you're a newbie, not a tubie.
No,
You get it?
at this point, I'll take Tubi.
Oh my
Because I think I could do that. But
A lot of people get underpaid on Tubi.
shit.
A lot of a shit ton of people get underpaid on Tubi.
That shit is funny.
I have
unironically.
3 friends with movies on Tubi's. They're all
You know, I have nothing against Tubi. This is us as colored people. I think we sell ourselves short on Tubi.
do.
Some people have some amazing movies that they shoot, and they shoot them on Tubi, and they put them on there, and they get pennies on the dollar.
They do.
Don't know they can go to YouTube, and they can make
That
just
same
as much
thing.
money and more, and they can go to Netflix
Yep.
because Netflix requires you have 4K.
Yep,
Little
that's
they
it.
know.
Yeah.
But the thing is about our people, every movie that goes onto Tubi, and this is what I want our people to understand. Every movie that goes on Tubi, especially it's a black movie, we always got something we look in that video for some flaw
For
and
something to
and
say.
sad and messed
That's
up.
Facts.
But you
And
never
we
do
highlight
that.
it too. We make memes out
Memes
of
about
it and stuff.
anything.
Yeah.
Now we never do that to no movie
We
that's
don't.
on Netflix
We
or
do
Hulu.
not. We do
Proven
not.
fact.
We do
If
not.
somebody say they do, I want to see it. I ain't never seen it
Yeah.
yet.
So
No.
what is it different about Tubi that allows lower level in terms of skill?
Well,
producers to be able to put their content up? So,
well, see, a lot of them feel like if I go to Tubi and I get all of these people to watch my stuff, I'm going to turn back around. I'm going to make this money. It's true, but then that's false.
okay.
The message I have for our people, when you go to Tubi, every time I hear somebody say they be on Tubi and everybody say they got the #1 movie on Tubi, I always ask them this question: how many people watched it? Show me exactly what you would watch.
Yep.
They can't never show me that. So I come back and I say this. All right, YouTube is more money. #1, when you put it on YouTube, everybody and their mama don't even have to download a YouTube app. They can just go to the internet, hit YouTube, they gonna watch it. Free. Tubi, you gotta download it. Some people be like, oh, I don't want to download another app, man. I just want to be able to click on it and watch it.
Yep.
YouTube is free. They don't charge you anything.
Right.
You may get the commercials in there that you may not like. Speaking
But
of
it's part of the
YouTube,
game.
Pay
for premium.
your podcast is on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
You know, YouTube just opened up a category for podcasters now.
Somebody else just said that. Yeah.
I did my.
He told me, and I told you.
So what you do
Oh, was
is,
that you? Okay, yeah.
so like, let's say this episode, the way you would do it is when you upload, and I have Kato to show you, it's so smooth now. He can have it where they can see the video, and they have a little tab. You can click it, it takes it off the video, and it goes straight to your logo, and they listen to the audio. The best of both worlds.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Talk nice to you too.
Yeah. And see, that's the problem. We don't like to exchange information amongst each other.
That's a real issue.
Yeah,
With us, that's a real issue.
and see, at the PodCon, that's going to be another. You know how many sponsors want to jump on that to be
Y'all
a part
gotta
of that?
do it bigger though. Y'all gonna have to do the first one big. I feel like the platforms are big enough.
Well, we're going to have you helping us. So it's
cool.
It's no way
It
impossible.
can't be here though. It's gotta be like we gonna do it.
Yeah.
We have a, and once we get
I'm
it
excited.
and we do it, and we have everything set, I get Kato to come film, so we can actually film and we can document everything backstage leading up to that point. Even when we do the meetings, man, you can make a reality show out of that, man.
Yes.
You think about it, and this will be a big hit. And I'm gonna tell you what you can do. Once you get everything done and you put everything together, put it in the movie theater.
Period.
Why you think the guy that did the thing called Catfish? People don't know that actually was a project in school that he did. MTV liked it, and they ended up buying it. That was a project that he did in college.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Because it started off, he actually got Catfish for real. And then I'll tell you this, when you watch it, when you watch the show when it come on, he tells you the story of how it happened. If you pay attention to the story, it shows you they be in the movie theater, and that's when he decided to go with the Catfish show. See, the other races are not scared to fail.
They not.
We are. See,
We're
we don't
scared.
want to fail because
scared to fail.
I don't want nobody to laugh at me because
Right.
I'm over here
Right.
doing podcasting.
Right.
That's why you have people like her and me. You're my brother.
Yeah. Amen.
This is my sister, Rick. Regardless, I want to see us
Win.
succeed. I want to see us win.
Yep.
That's the key important thing, because if you win, I win,
We win.
she win, we win.
win.
It's no
Yep.
I and no team.
Yep.
But
Yep.
I tell you one thing, it's at the end of the day, no matter what, when we make it to the level we need to be at, like right now, people don't know this. 50 Cent is actually in conjunction in buying a warehouse. The warehouse he's finna do, 50 Cent is finna make his own production studio right here in Houston.
Yep,
So
I heard
think
that.
about it. Now he buy
Did not know
a
that.
warehouse thing, that's going to actually be the next version of the Tyler Perry thing in Atlanta.
Yep.
He gonna have the production studio right here. Where you think everybody gonna go? They gonna go straight and think about all the deals that he can get.
Yep.
We can do this same stuff ourselves. When you got investors that see the content that you have, you got good content.
You can get investors.
You can get it,
Sean.
man. You get
immediately.
yes,
With what you do. Yeah, certainly. It's not even a question.
because then you got the investor. They say, "Who you working with?" You bring her up, bring me up.
Yep.
You get
Yep. And you use that pool and leverage it.
yes, and
Yeah.
they see that, and then they'll be like, "Okay, this person got a strong following. This person got a. Let me add this up." Yeah, man, it's gonna
Yep.
be. And then everybody's coming to the table. Don't have their hand out.
That's facts.
Everybody's coming to the table with
With
something.
something.
With something.
You see what I'm saying?
That goes back to you shooting for free.
Right.
If you're gonna do that, you have to do it with somebody that is mutually beneficial.
Yeah. That's the idea,
and that they will help
but
each other.
I guess you gotta know that.
Yeah.
At the time to
Yeah.
try to
Yeah.
ascertain what's what's beneficial for you to do.
And that's why the good thing I say about Tony. Tony reaches out to the community that she have, the disabled community, and she's real strong in doing that. Sierra, you haven't met Cece, like we telling you, Sierra,
Dope.
she's everywhere. Somebody got something and they in this type of field, she's always there. She's always there. And if you see her, you gonna see Denise.
Yep.
Those and Slim.
And Slim.
They're like a 3 combo. Wherever you find Slim, you gonna find Sierra. Where you find Sierra, you gonna find Denise.
Yep.
Them 3 people right there, added to you the collection, me the collection, and that's gonna be a deadly combination, man. I'm not lying, man. We can pretty much take over the whole market together because everybody don't feel like that somebody's trying to take something from them. No competition.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just all pulling together.
Everybody's playing their
Right.
whatever
And
role
their
they have
role.
to play.
Yeah. I don't mind going come to my show. Say, hey, today's episode is brought to you by Soulcial.
Facts.
Drake. I will say it on my
Yes.
episode because I want somebody
That's
to go
what
to
works.
it
Yes.
and actually see it. Hey man, go check this out because
Right.
somebody may like your stuff better than mine. And I'm
Yes.
not mad. I mean, if they like it better, and they say, man, can you give
okay.
me that connect?
Right.
Hey man, this is his number.
Yes.
Call him, man. Go check him out. Hey, go ahead. Go. He'll hook you up. He'll put you on.
And I would love to do that, especially with my own, because I can be transparent in business. And I know this is a little bit off topic, but I can be transparent and say my biggest connections have got me my biggest deals, and none of them have been from my people.
See?
None of them.
At all.
No.
My connections, I
My
ain't gonna even
corporate
lie.
connects, no.
All my connections, I ain't
Or
gonna even
good
lie.
ones.
I tell people from my Nike Connect to my Apple Connect, it's not my people.
It's not my people. And it's so sad. It makes me sad.
So this is not, once again, I don't know if I said this before on another episode or whatever. This was never my intent to have a podcast.
No, I mean,
You did a good thing, man, to be honest with you.
Right. Yeah,
this
great
was-
thing.
I was put into it. The situation came, said, okay, let me do this. I got drawn into it.
Right.
And just the way that I am, I was like, I'm going to go
figure it
overboard.
out. Right.
I'm going to ask the right people. I'm going to go to YouTube University.
Figure it out.
Best teacher.
Yeah.
Right.
Free.
And figure it out. So that now this is in my lap. So it's like, well, God damn, man, I really don't want to, outside of photography, I don't want to be a businessman.
What?
Oh,
But
sure.
it is,
Required.
it's just a requirement.
Think about
it goes
it.
along with it.
If you look at it, when last time you listened to the radio station? Just be honest. When last time you listened to
Months.
it? Guess
And
what?
And then when I did listen to it, it's because I was in a car with somebody
Right.
else and they had it on. It's probably it's months.
Okay,
About 6,
now
7 months.
think about it. Radio stations are scared of us because we are the new radio
We are.
station. We
We
are the
are.
radio station now, and we don't have to pay that corporate money to get our voices heard.
Exactly.
Now, I have a friend of mine named Charles. I'll say his name. It's not anything negative. And he knows I've been pursuing this thing and been doing this thing for a while now. He's like, man, there's just so many podcasts out. I mean, why?
Oh, please.
Why bother? And I was like, well, it's not so much the podcast itself. This is a vehicle to do a
So
whole
many
bunch of other
things.
stuff.
And even if it is just the podcast itself, sorry, I hate negative and Nancy.
Well, I'd say with the stuff like that, people fear things they don't know.
That part.
If that part, not only that, it's kind of like if I'm a young dude that can really play basketball, and somebody tells me, well, only 1% of the population is going to even make it to the league.
Yeah.
So should you not do it?
No, you
Now,
supposed to
you
do it.
cannot put all your eggs in one basket,
Right.
but
And you're going to wish that you did.
you're going to
Facts.
continue doing what it is that you think you do.
Right.
So I feel like I'm decent at this.
You know,
Oh,
You know,
okay. I feel like you should stop downplaying. I feel like you're really, really great
No,
at this.
you
Well,
actually-
I mean that's fine, but my thing is you have to have a level of humility. Don't get confidence mixed with hubris.
well, I
You
have
know,
met people that's been in the podcasting field. I won't say no name. That they got to read off a teleprompter.
Thank
And
you.
this is some true stuff.
How do you
Everybody cannot improv. Everybody
Yes.
cannot do that. Because I know people that they'll get there and they'll do a conversation. All of a sudden, they sitting there, they'll freeze. Their guest is over talking them.
Yes, and it's boring.
And it's boring. One thing I have to say about Atlanta, this is what I love about Atlanta.
You like Atlanta?
From they rappers to anything that they do. Think about all the people on social media, Country Wayne, all the rest of them in Atlanta. They all come together and make it work.
They do.
We don't do that down here because if we in the room, we said we finna get ready to shoot a movie. So we said we finna shoot this movie together. We gonna get this thing together. First thing how much you gonna pay me?
How much? Yep.
How much you gonna give me?
Who the lead?
Yeah,
How
who the
much you
lead?
gonna pay?
How are we balancing that? Because it was like, with the free thing with me. And that's just like introductory thing. Hey, like, here's my worth.
Right.
This is what I can do. Hey, come scratch my back in return. You might not ever get your back scratched.
Well,
But then you want to turn around and also say that, because I know that doing something for free doesn't necessarily pay off. Then so money has to be introduced to it in order to make it equitable.
But that's why you have to do like we did. Our ancestors did back in the day. You barter.
That's
Yeah.
that's bartering. So if
Yeah.
I'm taking pictures for you,
I
for
do
free,
formal barters. Formal barters.
What does that mean?
Meaning we need some sort of, and people used to call me crazy for this, but I got burnt bartering so many times. But initially, if I'm bartering with you, we're also going to barter on some paper and write it down. Like even though it has to be an exchange of something. Now, if I want to do a little extra in there, that's cool. But at least this got to get done.
We got to keep that.
Breach of contract. That's what the people always tend to. Some people in tents are actually. She right. I actually been burnt on deals. People are I will come to somebody tell me
So many times.
Hey, somebody came to me before and said, hey, I want to turn back around. I want to do a podcast. And I told him, I said, I want you to do something for me. I want you to come on my show. You know what I did? I shot their podcast in full.
Never heard from them again.
Never heard from them. They never came
They
to.
took the footage, they posted it, they edited it.
I gave them all their stuff.
Yep.
But I told them no. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll shoot your podcast. I'll shoot you 2 episodes and you'll be good. But I also need you to come film this for me right here. You film this, I got you. I'll make sure you actually have your stuff.
How hard is that to do, though?
People don't move in integrity, so for us,
that's
it's hard to burn people.
That is not just the moral aspect of it. How hard is it to show up to somebody's shit and sit down and talk to them and do the same thing that you just did with them? I don't understand.
People
that.
don't care. It's not hard. People are selfish, and yeah, they usually don't move with good intention. They care about the wrong things.
They have the wrong stuff. Some people, just because a
clout
person,
chase.
I always say, and this is another jewel. Just because a person is in your circle, don't mean they don't mean they in your corner.
Come on now.
See, because they not in your
Listen.
circle, don't mean they're in your corner.
Listen.
That's a proven fact.
Listen. Listen. That's all I can say. It's facts. I've learned that.
So you've gone through people.
Oh. Listen.
I go through more people did Michael Jordan release the same tennis shoes.
Hello.
Were you in your feelings the first time? Either one of y'all. Were
Well, you know
y'all
something?
feelings the first time that
Yeah.
you realized I'm
I wasn't so much mad because it's basically you get what you give. People, you can't expect, just because you think on a business level, don't mean she gonna think on the business level or he gonna think on the business level. They see you got your studio,
Yeah.
you got these cameras.
They don't know
Man,
the
he
word.
got money, but they don't understand. It costs
Come
money
on,
to run this
make
studio.
money.
You take a
Listen.
loss every day with people calling in saying they gonna book, or they come there when they feel like they not gonna be able to get what they really want, then they don't come around. Then if you got a dead season where you're not really making money, you still got to work your regular 9 to 5 just to get the money. Now
To
it's
pay for
different.
that shit.
Yeah, that's a different thing. If you got a sponsor and they funding it, that's a different thing. Sponsors, they help you out. Some people the sponsors pay their bills, so they able to do a lot of stuff that they actually do. But you have to just balance it out, keeping that positive energy around you, and having somebody that you can depend on. Especially everybody, you can't call them your friend.
Oh.
I'll tell you a prime example.
Listen.
When something really comes up and you really, really need them, a friend, you can call me at 2:00 in the morning. If I answer the phone, I'm not lying. I'm going to get up and I'm going to come. I'm sorry, man. Just give me a few minutes and get myself together. I'm going to be on my way. If I see my brother down and he said, I need your help whenever you get a chance to, can you come and can you do this for me? Man, we can do it now. Because I don't put off something tomorrow with something I can do today. Because God never say that we're going to be here tomorrow.
Amen.
So you do it now and you get it over with. To the things that you said about the people actually doing stuff. This is what I admire about Tupac so much. You ever notice when Tupac did a song with you, he did one. If you did one with Tupac, he did one with you. And a lot of people say, no, that's not true. Yes, he did. You remember Richie Rich, the rapper?
They're from Oakland.
Okay. Richie Rich has a song with Tupac, E40, and Be Legit, and some more other people called Ain't Hard to Find. He also have another song with Tupac that's called Niggas Didn't Change. It's on his last album. He got a song he did with Scarface called Smile. He also have a second song that's on the Death Row album. Every time he did a song with you, he never really charged them. So he bartered them.
Quid pro quo.
There you go. So he swapped. So he did one with E40. He got one that's called $1 Million Spot. E40 did the other one with him. So he always bartered with people. Whenever he did, he bartered with the right people. He didn't do it with everybody. You know, just because we have the same color don't mean you my brother.
Right.
See, some people, they don't understand that.
Not all skin folk is your kin.
Come on now.
There you go.
That part.
Oh, I just said it. In other words, I tell people, like what people always said, when we got a president, he was black. And everybody turned back around and said, oh, we got a black president. I always told people, just because he's your brother, don't mean he's your brother. All you got to do is check his mother. What color is his mama? You see what I'm saying? Some people, they don't understand that.
Right.
You around positive people, we give positive energy off to each other, and we around other people that give out positive energies. That's what you need. Right. I'd rather you tell me, I don't like what you did in that episode. I think that was highly disrespectful. I wouldn't want you to tell me that's nice. And I want the negative feedback so I can go back in and I can fix it. Right. If I don't like something on your show, I'm gonna tell you like, hey man, I don't like how you actually did that on that show, man. I think you did a little bit too much. You want that. That's a friend. You don't want a yes man or a yes woman.
Yes.
Don't want
that's
that.
worse than, no, a yes
good.
man is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it. Actually, it irritates me.
They're going to tell you what they want you to hear.
That's
just to make you happy.
And they can be sabotaging you the whole time. Or like, just because they want to say, and I hate Lord, I've been working on the word. I really don't like weak-minded people in my circle. I don't care if you don't agree with me. You need to tell me that, but don't conform to everything I say. That's right. Like, that is so irritating to me. Sorry.
Next question.
Right.
Well, I mean, I think that's about it.
Okay.
You know, we talked about a few things. And of course, it would take forever. It would take several episodes to cover everything that might go on with somebody who's trying to get into this business. So if y'all could, tell me some of the biggest takeaways that you've experienced, you know, through this journey. Because I know we're all still growing. None of us are in the place that we want to ultimately be. But what are some of the biggest takeaways that you have right now? And what are some of the easiest pitfalls that new people can fall into when they're trying to get into this whole space? It doesn't have to be podcasting. It could be the filmmaking, the photography, all of this thing that we're doing that's suddenly an online thing. It's not me taking pictures and I'm walking around showing it to you. Right. You know, it's just the whole thing. So pitfalls and some of the biggest takeaways.
Okay. Pitfalls, I'll start with that. So I feel like coming in as a novice or a newbie, amateur, whatever, one of the biggest things or I guess issues I see is trying to be a perfectionist with everything and thinking everything has to be perfect before it's released. I was there. I did the same thing. I missed a lot of just money and brought a lot of stress trying to be perfect all the time with that. Also with I feel like this is a really big one because it covers all aspects. In anything you do, and especially in business, you have to ask for what the hell you want. and stand on what you say. Like, right? So, and it's easy to not do it coming in as a novice, because sometimes people take being humble as like, I don't want to bother this person. I don't want to ask for too much. I don't want to do this. But yeah, you see what I'm saying? Chon, that's why I pointed. I was like, I don't want to bother. But little do you know or realize,
I don't want to come off as a mooch, but go ahead.
But you're not. You're working.
Yeah.
A mooch is like somebody coming to me that's not doing shit, and you want to have me do everything and take the benefit of it. Like, no, that's not a mooch.
You're right.
You're working and asking for help. That's different. But when you don't ask for what you want, you could be cutting off so many opportunities. It's a lot of rooms I've gotten in just by saying, okay, well, I want to do it. When are we doing that? I'll add myself into equations that I want to be in.
She's part of it now.
Yeah,
so
and I am.
Closed mouths, don't get fed.
Don't get fed.
Absolutely.
Don't get fed. So it's like just asking for what you want and not trying to make everything perfect, and just like not getting caught up in comparison. That's another thing too. Coming into things, we oftentimes look at the best thing that's out, which is a good thing for research, but you're not going to be the best your first try.
That's right.
And even your best, like once you finally feel like you got your best, you're going to look back on that shit in a year and be like, oh, that was trash.
Yes.
That was trash.
I do it now. I'll be like,
yeah, that was a mess.
Yeah.
Like,
I ain't trying to be drink champs next week.
See,
or
right,
something like that.
right. So yeah, that's my top 3. And what was the other part? That was the comment.
pitfalls and the
Okay.
some of the takeaways.
Takeaways.
There you go.
Takeaways. It takes a lot more than meets the eye to do anything in creativity and in business, and it's not overnight. I never used to believe people when I heard them say it takes a solid 10 years to build a brand and a business that's actually going to do something, make money, and work without you working. Right? And you still gonna work. Yeah. But that's where it gets to the point where it can't be on autopilot fully. And I didn't understand that at first. And then I got to like I think it was 4. And that's when I was like, well, shit. Like, I've been working at this a long time, and it's still so much to go. Like, I still have a ton to go. So yeah, that would be my biggest takeaway.
It's a grind.
It's a grind, and own race, own pace. That's my thing.
I'll say this, even for
bring your own race at your own time.
We talked about this earlier. I'm gonna get with you.
I
don't want to forget this part. We talked about how people are in their car on the phone or whatever, and you have those people that blow up. That's how you know about them. They blew up. They have the personality. They have the content. They have a lot of things that they got going for them where they don't have the fancy equipment or anything like that. But it's otherwise a lot of work that goes into doing this shit that a lot of people don't see. I have trashed an entire 2-hour episode.
For real?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was
what works for one person may not work for everybody else.
It is. And now when I say trashed, I didn't delete it. I still haven't.
Yeah, I got episodes I didn't dig with people. I'm like, I ain't feeling that one.
I ain't feeling it.
I ain't posting that.
And so when you think about it, and then to know that, you got to watch the entire fucking episode.
Yep. And see, Kato had to listen to him, and I'd be like, "What you think?" He'd be like, "Nah, I don't like that one." I just scrap it. It'll be on the uncut version. Or something.
Or I might clip it up because there's some parts of it that's,
one pitfall that people have that they forget. Some people forget God, man.
Oh, amen. Come on,
man. Chon can tell you. July, I lost my son, and even though I lost him, I know Chon and a lot of people, they still surprised that I'm still out here working doing podcasts.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be home. I didn't want to be depressed. I'd rather be out here
and working. I'm like that
and keep going. Not saying I forgot, but I'm gonna continue working, and keep on doing what I was actually doing because I know my son will want me to be depressed.
Yes,
he want me. I mean, 17 years is not a lot for a lot of people, but it is for me. But I know what it meant, and I know what I want to do. And I like to go out there and grind and take care of everything.
Right.
A lot of things that people do, they try to do. One thing I wouldn't recommend a person to do. There is no shortcuts in our field.
Oh my God! No.
And people feel like I can go in, I can go I can take a viral video, I can pay $1,000. I can go buy me some subscribers. I can go buy me some views. But at the end of the day, it's not genuine.
Nope.
Right.
When people get ready to come see you,
It won't last either.
it won't last. Like, okay, you have a million subscribers. You got 1 million followers.
But you're
how
in
much
$1
money?
million channel.
Right.
There you go. And if the money they spend to buy all the followers and to buy all that stuff, when they add it up,
You breaking even or in the red.
yeah, you in the red or you breaking
Like,
even.
You're crazy.
But
yeah.
who
For the
actually know
clout.
you? Yeah, just to get
for the
that clout.
Like
And you know, now I hate that Facebook did this. Now you can go buy a blue check. You
You
pay
can.
$15 a month. It
You
takes
would-
the fun out of it.
it's so annoying to me because I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I have nothing
Go
to say.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying like that's annoying to me because I know that with my small following, I actually because it's all organic. I'll close more deals because I have these accounts now that I run 600,000, 700,000. They can't sell a T-shirt.
And she said
And it's
something
like-
I do like when she said sponsors.
Yeah.
So by her having a sponsor, if she wanted to, she can say, hey, man, look, I got this guy named Chon, and he has a show. It's not as big, but I'm going to be a part of this show.
Yep.
Is any kind of sponsor package that you can actually do that I can actually offer to him for his show?
Yep.
On the strength of her word,
Yep.
boom, they gonna sound right
do
cool.
it.
Hey, let's go ahead and do
I
it.
just told you about that earlier. Yeah.
And
I
see-
literally just said that.
And that's what we have to do. We can't do it for everybody.
No.
But
No,
somebody
no.
like you, and also people got to remember when you got that sponsor, sometimes you don't have the freedom to say what you want to say. You kind of got to be careful. You may have to, even though you have little
Gotta
customers in
bite
there,
your tongue.
you go, and in certain
Sometime.
things you can't talk about. You can't talk about certain communities. You can't
So
talk
if I'm going
about.
to talk shit about Biden, I'm just not going to be able to.
It
You
just
could- you-
depends
you-
on your sponsor.
You spend on your spot. Because if you say the wrong thing, the
gonna
sponsor
cut
gonna
your
drop
ass
you.
off.
They gonna.
Right.
So either you gonna
What do you mean?
Okay.
you go feed. And that's the thing when you don't have sponsors. The only good thing about that, you have the freedom of
Free
speech.
will.
Right.
You can say whatever you want to do, but when you have that sponsor, you have to be careful what you say because any wrong thing can get you blacklisted, can get you banned.
That's the part. It's not even them cutting you off. Blacklisting is a real thing. And once you on it, you ain't getting off.
So I've seen some big channels on YouTube get demonetized. Not the channel they get banned, but because they've hired staff and gotten, they're paying for certain things to get demonetized is almost as bad as getting a channel. But now I can't even afford to pay. So you go try to go to Bumble. And I did look into Bumble, but Bumble owns that video.
I'll tell you, prime example. The lady, I don't know. I think her name was Tasha K.
Yeah.
Oh, baby,
She just
Tasha K
got-
ruined herself.
She just got demonetized.
She actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think sometimes if you don't know the correct information, I wouldn't spread a rumor about something that I don't know.
Right.
Facts.
But
But she
what-
does all the time.
She ended up doing something, and when she did what she did, she got into it with the stuff with Cardi B.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would have like backed out of it and said no, and
No.
she actually ended up
Egged it
losing.
on.
And Cardi B is going after everything, but that show a person that's making money high at the peak of her stuff can be snatched overnight.
Wait, and that's why I don't do that type of content. I had established a long time ago. I'm not going to do the gossip shit.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. That's when I did my shows. I wanted to do positive things, motivational things. That's the key important thing I
and
want to
also I
do.
like doing bullshit too. Like when I say bullshit, where we sit up and we just talk about bullshit. Something might be fun to listen to on your way to work or something like that, because people don't want to be educated all the time.
There you
I
go.
get it. I get it.
Like basketball. You say you like basketball?
Huh?
Like basketball, right?
Yeah.
So whenever you ready to talk about basketball, let me know.
Okay.
I'm down with that.
No, well, I don't know it like I used to.
Well, all I know is look, my mind is focused back in the 90s when Michael Jordan played. Now, I can talk about that all day long. Matter of fact, I got a contact in my phone. They plugged me in with Vernon Maxwell from the Houston Rockets.
I would love to interview Vernon Maxwell.
I'm gonna make the call. I'm gonna make the call so we can set that up.
See,
he told a story about how
that's how it's supposed to go.
Hakeem slapped him in the locker room.
Akeem the Dream?
Yeah,
that's a big hand. I'm just saying.
I mean, so what are you gonna do? Hit him back? You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I would like, but even more so than that, Mad Max. We've never had an athlete like him in Houston. Houston typically doesn't tolerate that type of athlete.
Yeah.
I don't know how long can't remember how long they tolerated Vernon Maxwell, but he was such an integral part of that first Rockets championship team.
Yes, man. I don't know why they traded him, man. That was
because
crazy.
He jumped in the stand beating up motherfuckers.
Yeah, he did. This
is before Steven Jackson and shit, so I get why.
Shout out to what's his name, Rudy Tom
Jonovich,
man.
Rudy T.
Never underestimate the heart of a champion. Man, I had to. So, you know what I would love to see? I understand Mike came back. I do understand the Orlando Magic took them out. I would have killed to see the Chicago Bulls and the Houston Rockets. Could you imagine?
I think that would have been a good game.
Yeah.
So you could have put Maxwell on Jordan. Nobody on the Bulls team could stop Dream. So that kind of Jordan and Dream would almost kind of cancel each other out.
Well, you know, one person that they probably can put on him, but I don't think he can handle them. It's gonna be Dennis Rodman. I don't think Rodman can handle Akeem. You know, no.
I definitely can't. But whether or not Rodman could have got under Dream's skin is
because you know Rodman used to do some stuff, man.
Yeah, make you swing on him. Now you didn't.
Yeah.
Got suspended 1 or 2 games. And stuff,
and then it would have been even better because Clyde Drexler would have got his revenge.
All right, so I mean, that's all we got to say today about this particular topic. You have any final words?
If you have a dream to be a podcaster or whatever you chose to do, follow your dreams, man. Do not let nobody tell you that you cannot do it. Don't ever be discouraged, man. Anything is possible, man. Anything.
You know, I'm gonna have to change mine because mine had profanity in it.
Well,
man.
I was like, I can't.
You can cuss on here.
But he left it all like.
Okay, well.
I was like, well, shit.
I'll tell you what. Look, fuck, shit, fuck.
Okay, well, shit. I feel better.
Okay, well, I ain't get you to say cuss words. Well, my friend Tony Hickman, she has a book coming out next month. It's called "Stop Eating the Wrong Shit."
Oh, okay. That's
gonna be a good bit. That's gonna be a good book.
I want to see that. Yeah. I mean, I want to read that.
Her book is gonna be actually really good, and it tells you about all the wrong shit that we put in our bodies. She even taught me they finna ban Skittles
because of the chemical, whatever it is they put in it.
I tell you what, on the 30th of this month of October, I got her on my episode. We talking about it. It's on the 3rd episode. It's coming out.
I heard about that. It's in
California. But her book, man, Tony Hickman, Stop Eating the Wrong Shit. It's gonna be good.
I like that. Well, cool. Well, mine, I always say this to people: get on your shit, stay on your shit, and be about your shit. Like anything you do, you just gotta go full throttle and don't half-ass it and just work.
Shit is real.
No
shit
half
is
measures.
real. Yeah, no half measures. I'm big on the work of things, so put in the work, it'll come.
All right.
And so your boys, all I gotta say is that have been on a good little journey as of late. I will say this though, if it's something you want to do, just fucking go for it. Yeah. You're gonna have setbacks. I had to reach out to people that are a little bit more further along than me in this whole journey that have gone through some of the things that I've gone through. Just know that there's going to be ups and downs and things of that nature. Yeah, there are 1 million podcasts out there. Yeah, there are 1 million content creators out there. But there's enough room for everybody to succeed, to get a little bit of money, but don't make that your sole thing. So podcasting isn't me. I'm a photographer. Ultimately, I want to be a filmmaker, not just a cinematographer. And these are necessary steps that some people got to take to get to that point. And just don't let nobody put too big of a hurdle in your way. You can hurdle over most of this shit, but there's going to be some setbacks. You know, I had a setback, and I told Lil Ron about it, and he was like, oh, man, that ain't shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I told Shay about it, and she was like, this is what it is, you know. So you start putting it in perspective. So, yeah. So that's about it. We have a whole lot more to come. We got a nice little circle of people that we've been dealing with, and we're gonna make sure that the content stays solid and have something good and meaningful for you to listen to. And we're gonna try to sprinkle a little bullshit in there too, so you can laugh a little bit. So, but that's about it. So anyway, it's me, Sean P.
Shalainna, Social Boss Empire.
Lil Ron.
With another episode of the Social Drinkers Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe.
We out.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye.
It's the Social Drinkers Podcast.